Mark, good to see you. Today, we're going to talk about the Social Security program. It is in trouble. So, we have 4 tips to maximize your benefit. By 2034, it's projected that Social Security will only be able to pay about 78% of scheduled benefits if no changes are made to the system, which is why we need to start preparing now. 30% of people claim as soon as they're eligible, they're concerned Social Security will run out. Do you think Social Security will run out anytime soon?
Well, I mean, Aaron, and thank you so much. When you're talking about the Social Security Trust Fund, you're absolutely right. It is scheduled to run out of the asset, which is, it really isn't an asset because it's treasury debt, but depending on what report you look at, it's 2034, 2036. But we have to remember this is what we call effectively mandatory spending. So in order for your benefit to get reduced, whether you defer it or whether you're already on it, Congress would have to vote on that. And if they were to, I mean, what are they going to do? They're going to say, who are we going to cut, the poor or the elderly? Which one first? I mean, that's going to be political suicide. So the idea of Social Security being cut really isn't a high probability. It's extremely low. What they're probably going to do is make changes to
Right.
the full retirement age, maybe
Right.
taxation of it, different things like that.
Mhm. All right. So claiming as soon as you're eligible means a lifetime of reduced benefits. We've talked about this before, right, Mark? Which is why our first tip is to maximize when you claim Social Security. Explain why waiting can be the best financial decision.
Well, yeah, if we take it too early, there's two issues that come up. Obviously, we're taking a reduced permanent benefit for ourselves, but if we're married, it's a permanent reduction in the spousal benefit. And that's what most people don't take into consideration. When you take your Social Security benefit, whatever age it is, you have to realize and ask the question, what are you giving up? So by deferring it, obviously we're going to get this guaranteed growth rate on it, and we're going to have we're going to be in a position where we can make as much money as we want without taxes, and we're going to maximize the benefit, because that's the key, is looking at, if we're looking at Social Security by itself, is maximizing that cash flow for, if we're married, both of us, over our lifetime.
Mhm. And as you mentioned, changes to Social Security are almost guaranteed, which is why you need a retirement income plan that does not rely exclusively on Social Security. Tip number 2, diversify your retirement income.
Yeah, so obviously combining Social Security with your 401k IRAs, which most people have, some people might have a pension. We really want to look at diversifying not only the types of income that we're receiving and we have to look at how they're taxed, but we may want to diversify because, see, retirement income is about cash flow. It's not so much about accumulation. Yes, we want to grow the wealth, but we want to maximize the cash flow. So for some people, it may make sense to diversify within different products, whether that be cash value life insurance, annuities, structured products, alternatives, different things like that. So there's a lot of tools that we can go to really get the cash flow that we need to make sure we don't run out of money before we run out of time.
Mhm. Speaking of income, tip number 3, work now to create tax-free income in retirement.
Yeah, so as people come into our office, obviously we're talking about tax planning a lot, and Roth IRAs, Roth conversions. And this really gets into, for most of us, our money is tax deferred. If we believe tax rates are going to be higher in the future, it would make sense to pay some of those taxes while taxes are on sale, and ultimately get that into that tax-free bucket. Because when taxes do go up, it's going to have very little impact on us when we take cash flow from that Roth or cash value life insurance, whatever it is.
Mhm. And last, you really should be more concerned about the taxes that you'll be paying in retirement rather than the fiscal health of Social Security. So, tip number 4 is to have a plan for taxes.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what we do for our clients is we create what's called a tax roadmap, and we really look at, hey, if tax rates go up significantly, how is that going to impact you? Now, obviously, when we ask people about what is the biggest expense you're going to pay for in retirement, the common answer is healthcare. But I would submit to you it's healthcare and taxes.
Right.
We have to be cognizant of that. So yes, we have to have a specific tax plan to really get through the future, because we have longevity that we're all dealing with. I mean, back in the day, you didn't live very long, so tax planning really wasn't important, but it's super, super important today.
Hmm. Well, if somebody would like to talk to you about that plan, Mark, because again, it all comes down to planning now for this future, what's the best way to reach you?
Well, they can just pick up the phone, give us a call, schedule a complimentary appointment. There's no cost, there's no obligation. We can talk about taxes or whatever concerns you have, but give us a call at 303-681-0113. Or if you'd like, you can go check out our website, McGregorwealth.com. There is a link there that goes directly to my calendar, and you can easily schedule an appointment there as well.
Great. Mark, thank you.
All right. Thank you, Aaron.